Nothing matters. This is my newly acquired philosophy. It's what I've been trying to live by, and it's what I've been trying to encourage my friends to live by as well, by giving advice based on this new philosophy. So the philosophy is relatively simple. Nothing matters. Obviously, there's plenty of things that do matter, but do they matter to you? And an even better question is, should they matter to you? This is what the philosophy is about. So when I say that nothing matters, what I truly mean is that the things that you choose not to hold any significance in your life won't, because that is your decision. For example, little things like the amount of likes you get on an Instagram post or the amount of attention you get from your preference and partners, that's up for you to decide whether it matters or not. I am now choosing to decide that doesn't matter, so I'm just living life more comfortably, I guess. God.
2 very boring minutes later.
Or I'm trying to feel that way at least. Massive disclaimer. This philosophy, mentality, whatever, is not an excuse to be a piece of shit. In fact, it should be a greater motivator to be an even better person to others, because when we are concerned about these little things that stress us out that shouldn't matter, but they do, we tend to feel overwhelmed and act based on our insecurities. But if we don't have any of these insecurities, why should we be shitty people? We shouldn't. So although nothing matters, the kind of person you are does still matter, which I know sounds contradictory. And this just means I definitely have to find a better name for the philosophy, but I guess it's literally just YOLO, but whatever. I will try to find a better name, but the main selling point of this is this positive mentality that it brings upon the people who choose to go for it and live by it, because it just brings internal peace. Yeah, but I guess I'm just not calling it YOLO because it's less cringe to just say nothing matters instead of YOLO, I guess. I'm now going to give a very clear example of the nothing matters philosophy. Let me give you a very clear example. This is a personal example, and it was kind of my awakening, the first clear moment in which I experienced myself really thinking, wait, like, nothing matters. So I am the type of gal that is gonna be vibing to music when I have my earphones in, AirPods mainly, so people don't even know whether I'm listening to or not because my fucking hair. Anyways, I am the type of person to just be dancing on the street when my music is banging, which it always is, to me at least. I don't care what you think about my music taste because nothing matters. So, but anyways, often when I'm walking in the streets with my headphones in, I will be busting out some sick moves. Nothing too crazy. I'm not like, whoa, but I am like kind of vibing on the street, and it's noticeable enough for people to see. Yeah, so prior to this philosophy, I would always hold it back, and I'd feel kind of embarrassed, as anyone would, obviously, because we've been conditioned to think that doing these things are embarrassing and we shouldn't do them because it should matter to us to not act silly in public. But then one day, the day that I had my little awakening, I came to terms with nothing actually mattering. Like, because I'm just thinking, what's the worst thing that can happen? The first thing that happens is that absolute strangers that mean nothing to me are gonna see me, maybe make a face, perhaps even make a comment to their companions. And then what would the comment be? Oh my god, look, there's a girl dancing. Okay, I am confident in my dancing abilities, but even if I wasn't, like, why should I care that they're making a comment about what they're seeing? Like, realistically, maybe the tone in which, well, the tone and the word choice that the people would comment on my dancing could be judgmental. But again, why should I care about these random strangers seeing me enjoy my life, seeing me be happy? Like, why should that throw me off? Why should I feel less than for that happening? Like, why not just enjoy my moment
right now,
you know, and just not think about that kind of stuff. So in general, why should I care about what people think about me? Which is something I'm still trying to get by. Like, I really am actively trying to not care about what people have to think about me. I only care when it's people that are actually in my life. If it's strangers, like, what the fuck does it matter? And even if I do know them, even if the people that saw me dancing in the street were people I knew, okay, maybe they're gonna tell other people that I know that I was dancing on the streets. But again, what is so negative about that? I am just dancing, and it's nothing embarrassing. I'm just vibing. Like, I end up feeling sorry for the people who are making comments because they're not living life as fun as I am. Like, I get it. Like, humans are judgmental creatures. We like to feel better about ourselves by making others seem worse.
Me editing, I'm such a YouTuber, and now I understand why they look so bad always when they're editing. I mean, all due respect. Anyways, fun fact, that is a psychology fact.
But why should I care? Like, I just know that I have nothing to lose by doing this. Like, no one's gonna be like, you fucking dork dancing on the streets. Because what's embarrassing about it? If someone were to say that to me, I would just back it up by saying, like, there's nothing embarrassing about this. Why should I feel less than? Why should I feel insecure by those comments when I'm doing nothing crazy? If I was on a stage doing that, no one would question it. So why should I, you know? I'm just having a good time and romanticizing my existence. Sorry. Like, why should I feel sorry? Why should I feel insecure? Plus, I do feel comforted knowing that I'm definitely adding some spice to the watchers' lives, because I know they're gonna make comments or whatever, and then maybe they're gonna have a full-blown conversation about it. So in conclusion, it doesn't matter that I'm fucking dancing on the streets. And this is a very little example, but you know, it still applies. So, in what other conditions should we apply the nothing matters philosophy? Literally everything, under the condition that you are not affecting someone else negatively while you are doing your nothing matters thing.
And also making sure that you're not hurting yourself in the process.
Some suggestions. Let's say you want to text him or her. Just do it. What's the worst that can happen? Like, if they don't reply, you have an answer. If they do reply, you have yet another answer. If they hurt your feelings, well, you'll know the type of person they are. You know how you have to move forward with this. If you choose not to, like, drop them or whatever, that's still your decision. You're just adding spice to your life. Like, I feel like there's just no consequences to doing anything. Unless, like, if you text this person and you know that you are hurting them in doing so, then don't do it. Then don't do it.
Don't do it.
That's where I draw the line.
And this is also the case where you have to think about yourself. So if you think texting them is going to hurt you and you can't handle whatever happens, then just don't do it.
Another example. Want to have lunch by yourself in a place where a bunch of people that you know usually go have lunch? Do it. Like, maybe they're gonna comment like, oh my god, she's alone. And that just means you're independent.
I guess the philosophy is also learning how to justify things in a positive way.
Like, you're not scared of being alone. That's a flex. You like your alone time. You're not dependent of others. You do what you want. Yeah, just fucking do it. I don't know. Nothing matters. Because the only bad thing that can come from this is comments. And it doesn't matter. Okay, maybe at school I get it. Like, it might affect you. Yeah, that's the thing. It's just as long as you feel okay with it, nothing matters. Like, what anyone else is gonna think of it just should have zero impact in how you feel about it and in your likelihood of doing this thing. Let's say you wake up one day and you don't feel like looking your best. Look at me, for example. I'm not saying I look bad, but like, my hair, I could have tried a little harder, but I don't feel like it, and that's okay. Like, again, the worst thing that can happen is that someone makes a comment. And I like looking good. My friends, you guys know me, I'm extra. I like looking good. I love feeling my best. But that's because I enjoy getting ready. I enjoy putting outfits together. I enjoy looking good. But that's just what I'm about. Like, if one day I decide to look shitty, I'm not going to feel bad about that because I'm feeling comfortable and that's my decision. So if someone decides to make a comment that I'm not looking my best, obviously it depends on the occasion. Like, I'm just saying, if I'm going to the mall and someone sees me not looking my best, like, whatever. Like, I used to care. I think Kashkai shopping.
Oh, the ghetto. The ghetto.
If you know, you know. Yeah, now I'm just really thinking, why should I care? If I don't want to look good, it doesn't matter. But if I do, I will. Like, because I only will not feel good if I wanted to look good but couldn't. That is a very... But yeah, that's just my personal experience. Besides, I know I'm not conventionally attractive. Like, I'm not calling myself ugly. I'm just saying that the beauty standards are different from what I look like. I mean... Yeah, so if I'm gonna get looked at anyways, or ignored, either way, I'm just gonna act in accordance to what I feel and how I want to look. Another thing, does someone not like your music taste? As I mentioned earlier, why should I care? Why do we care so much? Okay, I'm gonna make a whole other video about that because it gets on my nerves. But I think you get the memo.
I put the hope.
One last thing. What are the benefits of this mentality? Again, I'm not 100% in it. I try my best to think that way. It depends a lot on the environment I'm in how I'm feeling that day. Obviously, it depends, but generally speaking, I'm just YOLOing in life. And it feels great. It feels fucking amazing. But yeah, benefits. I feel better mentally than I've ever felt before when it comes to the little things, because if you have a lot of little concerns, they start to build up. But if you're always just kind of vibing, not caring about what anyone else is thinking, you just feel better. 2, with this mentality, I also feel myself getting less judgmental. Again, humans are very judgmental creatures. It's very normal for us to want to judge people, to make ourselves feel better. Sometimes I might, if it's justified. I'll usually only judge someone if they fucked me over or my friends over somehow. But strangers on the street, I'm not gonna judge. Someone doesn't have a cute outfit on, I'm like, whatever, like, I wouldn't wear that, but they can do whatever they want. So I feel myself getting less judgmental, which is great. Because again, I'm just thinking, me judging them doesn't matter. Like, they're living their life, they're enjoying their moment
right now.
Why should I judge? I mean, they're just enjoying their life, they're romanticizing their lives. I should be doing the same, and that's what I am doing. So, and it feels better not to have so much negativity. When you're so judgmental all the time, when you're always so concerned about what other people are doing, it's very hard to just keep a positive mindset in general. Obviously, we are our own biggest critics, ourselves' biggest critics. We're already very judgmental to ourselves, so why be judgmental to others? Because that just makes us more likely to be judgmental to ourselves, and that just makes us feel worse, and it's, you know, what's the point? Anyways, I'm less judgmental. 3, I am much more appreciative of positive energy and positivity in general when I'm talking to others. If I'm meeting someone, if I'm becoming friends with someone, the kind of energy they put out matters a lot more now. Like, I appreciate positive energy. Obviously, if they're long-term friends and they're still in a negative mindset and I'm evolving more to a more positive one, I'm just gonna try to bring them with me. I'm not gonna be like, fuck you.
Also, just to make it very clear, I do not think I'm better than anyone.
But yeah, I do appreciate some positivity from people, because if we let positive people influence us and we let... Slay! Anyways, positivity is good. So as a mini conclusion, I'm fully aware that this mentality isn't revolutionary. I'm so aware that this is literally just YOLO, but at the same time, I do know that although it's simple, it's difficult to internalize it and actually start acting in accordance to it, or at least even trying to do so. Because again, I'm not a god at it. I'm just happy that I've come to terms with it, and I'm willing and I'm trying to be more positive and to just live my life. So I encourage everyone to just live their full lives, their best lives, without fucking others over in the process. And this is key, and I'm gonna make another video about that because I'm very passionate about the topic. But yeah, anyways, I guess stay tuned for that.
La pussy hoe.
Thanks so much for listening / watching. And remember, nothing matters. Of course, only the things you want to matter will matter. Anyway, subscribe or whatever. Slay, queen, pussy, boots the house down. Woo! Bye!